Hello, friends, and welcome to the weekly moon update. In these videos, we talk about the moon energy for the current week. In this video's case, we are talking about August 18th through the 24th. We have a new moon week, but it's actually not happening until the weekend. So this entire week is kind of decreasing with energy and decreasing with light, leading us to that new moon. The energy feels very heavy and dense. Our new moon is in an earth sign, the sign of Virgo. So I'm assuming that is why I'm feeling this kind of heavy energy. Earth signs in general have a lot to do with the body, and Virgo specifically focuses on the body and the things that we need to do to sustain it. So I don't know, I'm just feeling this heaviness and like the need to get into your body at some point around this new moon to really get grounded and centered and to restructure your like day-to-day daily routines to best support yourself. So we have an extra oracle card again this week. So we have a lot to talk about with this new moon and our oracle messages. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so as you can see here, we do not have our new moon until Saturday. So that means the entirety of this week is a waning crescent moon because we had our last quarter moon last week. So the moon's going to slowly be decreasing from 50% lit to total darkness. So that's just slowly leading us up to the new moon here. Another important thing to notice about the new moon is that the moon only enters Virgo at 1:24 a.m. and then it's new only about 30 minutes later. So we're really not in that Virgo energy for very long until the moon is new. Hello friends, editing Allison here. I wanted to interject here and say that I think one of the reasons that we can benefit from the moon being new right after entering the Virgo sign is I think that, so like out of all of the earth signs, Virgo is one of the most movement oriented signs. Like Virgo actually like shifts and moves things around. Capricorn sets like the X on the map and like directs us towards that path. Taurus is the least active of all of the earth signs, I feel like. Taurus is just very grounded and rooted and helps you to feel comfortable like where you are. So Virgo actually wants to like shift and move things around and do things and get things done and check things off the list. And I think that we can benefit from this new moon setting intentions on Saturday, but then actually taking actions towards those things while the moon's still in Virgo Saturday and Sunday. Like, I mean, normally I tell you on a new moon that we should be resting and hibernating. I think with a Virgo new moon, we're encouraged to do something, check something off the list with a Virgo moon, specifically with daily routines, because that's Virgo's like bread and butter of like those regular self-care things that you do every day, like wash your face, brush your teeth, make yourself a cup of tea, make yourself a cup of coffee, exercise, stretch, work out. These are the things that you want to implement on a Virgo new moon. So actually taking one of those actions, no matter how small that action is, and doing that while we're in Virgo on the new moon to like set the tone for the entire moon cycle and for the rest of Virgo season. And then we'll be hanging out in Virgo until Monday, the 25th. What that kind of means is that for the most part, Friday is going to be darker and in that void of course time, or you can kind of consider it Leo energy at that time. But it's just something to keep in mind because the moon is new when it starts to light up again, when the right side of the moon starts to light up again. So that's when like the light is starting, the light is beginning. It's like this rebirth and this newness of a cycle. Whereas when the moon is dark, it is kind of this void and this emptiness. And so the dark moon is really more for like releasing and kind of sitting in that emptiness, whereas the new moon and the waxing crescent moon is for calling things in, setting your intentions, starting new things. Virgo is really the new moon that you want to like get those lists out and get your journaling out, and just like Virgo is just that a really good moon to like set concrete intentions, make the list, itemize things, like to have a very specific plan. Like Virgo is good at planning. So this is just a really good moon to like dedicate yourself to taking that time to actually write it out, have a plan. Specifically like a daily routine is really good for Virgo new moons. You know, when you like do a really good deep clean of your house and then the energy just feels like so good and nice, and then you're able to be more productive. Or when you like clear out all the clutter off of your desk and it's nice and clean and clear so you can focus easier. That's very much Virgo energy. So we are starting off this week closest to the last quarter. We probably have like a 40% light here, and we are shifting from Taurus to Cancer on Monday. So technically we are starting off the week in Taurus, but the moon's going to start to transition around 8:00 a.m. on Monday, and then it'll officially move into Cancer around 3:05. So we're going to be in void, of course, for the beginning part of Monday, and then shifting into Cancer on in the afternoon and into the evening. So, you know, I don't like starting off the week with a water sign, but out of all of the water signs, Cancer is a cardinal sign, which means it initiates us into a season. So the cardinal signs are your kind of more initiator. They're like the initiators of the zodiac because they usher us into a season. They start us off in a new season. Cancer season we just passed at the summer solstice. So Cancer is the official start of summer. So it's a good way to start off the week. However, we're not going to be into that Cancer energy until Monday afternoon. So starting off kind of sort of with Taurus, which is more slow moving energy, and then shifting into Cancer. Like Cancer is going to help us find those things that we need to sustain our energy. Cancer is the self-care nurturer, but they're just going to help us get those things done that we need to get done. And this is a really good way to start off a new moon week, because hopefully you'll find that motivation to get your meal prepping in, to organize your schedule so that you're able to take some time off on the weekend, or so that you're able to tackle those like deep cleaning or reorganizing projects that you want to start on the weekend. So this is good to like get all your work done during the week so that you're not taking it home with you on the weekend, and you're able to really focus on home and the things that you need to like reorganize and restructure in your daily routine. The Virgo new moon, or this is something that's going to like try to find time to like do your extra chores so that you can relax on the weekend. It's kind of like see where your energy is and see like what you're really feeling called to get done on this Virgo new moon, and prioritizing your week and your schedule so that you can find time for that. Virgo wants to find time in our regular day-to-day life to do the things that we need to do so that we can be more productive. So the beginning of the week would be a good time to like do that, take care of those extra things so that you're prioritizing the tasks that you want to do for the Virgo new moon. And the moon will start to transition Wednesday morning and we'll move into Leo at 7:17 p.m. So this is officially saying goodbye to Leo season and saying goodbye to the Leo moon cycle, because the sun's going to move into Virgo on Friday. So Wednesday and Thursday we're saying goodbye to the Leo season and the Leo moon cycle, closing out the fun in the sun, and Virgo is going to help us kind of get ready for fall. So we really kind of don't feel like we're in Leo for very long either. It's Wednesday evening and then into Thursday morning, but then by the afternoon, the moon's going to start to transition. And it's a very long transition, again, from Thursday evening all day Friday. And then, like I said at the beginning of the video, we're not moving into Virgo until 1:24. And then the moon is new at 2:06 a.m. I don't know. I feel like we're probably going to be feeling this Virgo energy because the sun is moving into Virgo on Friday, even though we have void of course for the entirety of Friday. So the Virgo new moon, the energy is kind of like clearing out your pantry and restocking it with things that are really going to nourish your body. It's cleaning out your bathroom cabinet and restocking it with a nice like daily facial routine or something like that. It's cleaning out your garage and setting up a workbench for like a specific project that you've been wanting to work on for a while. It's like creating this space for you to be productive, for you to do something that like really matters to you. Like a daily routine is really important for being productive throughout the day. Having an organized workspace is important so that you're able to focus and be more productive. Virgo wants to be productive and they want to shift things around to prioritize and to have an efficient workspace. So the entirety of this week just has this feeling that's like really pulling us towards this new moon. It's a very different feeling from the full moon though. It was just like with the full moon it was like this crescendo and this increasing, but this new moon, it feels like a pulling down, like a pulling down into your body, a down into this like heaviness, weightedness. So our first card is coming from the Herbal Astrology Oracle. So let's learn about Schisandra berry. The keywords are inner beauty, inspirations, euphoria, visions, supernatural powers, synergy, and the keyword is grace. The astrological ruler is Jupiter and Venus, which I thought was really interesting when I first pulled this card, because Jupiter and Venus are two of the planets that are currently direct, even though we are in retrograde-apalooza right now. So in traditional Chinese medicine, flavors are seen as energetic symbols within a plant, demonstrating its distinct healing traits. Schisandra berry contains all 5 flavors: sweet, bitter, salty, sour, and pungent, directly signaling its all-encompassing and highly medicinal nature and earning it the name Wu Wei Zi, or five-flavored berry. Perfectly yin-yang balanced, Schisandra berries nurtures all 5 elements as well. So wood, in Chinese medicine, there's wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. And all energy and enters all 12 energy channels or meridians of the body as the symbol of longevity and beauty, even suggesting the ability to attain immortality. Schisandra is pictured often in ancient Chinese art. Considered a panacea, it increases energy, prolongs life without aging, benefits the mind, supports the eyes, acts as an anti-inflammatory, helps against radiation, protects from nervous system toxicity, cleanses heavy metal toxicity, supports adrenal function, supports the lungs, benefits sexual function, balances hormones, and protects the skin. I also learned of Schisandra berries as a liver tonic as well. I was surprised that it's not in my herbal teachings. It was a liver tonic. I'm really surprised that it's not in here as that. I think it is in most liver blends as well that they currently sell on the market. So I was really surprised that it doesn't list that here. But anyways, Shisandra is ruled by Jupiter, and it has an all-encompassing longevity enhancing and expansive medicinal nature. The way it embraces all 5 elements and all 12 energetic channels and all flavors provides longevity to every organ system and harmonizes all polarities, also a signature of Venus. So the guidance of this card says, like the Temperance card, and you can see the image there is very much like the Temperance card. The goddess holds a cup of water representing the subconscious as she crosses over a stream of water representing the conscious mind. Shisandra's medicine teaches us about the high alchemy of beauty, grace, and the harmony of dualities. Like the medicine of the swan, Shisandra is here today to remind you of the grace within balance, patience, and moderation. You are being invited to allow life force to flow through you without force or resistance. Follow your visions and pay close attention to the subtle language in your body and surroundings. If you feel out of orbit or aloof, make time to ground. Grounding will only facilitate your development to a higher consciousness. So that this embodies that that need to be in the body, and having an herb come up for us that benefits all aspects of the body is, I think, very significant. There is this need to come into yourself, like we learned about ourselves during Leo season, and now we're figuring out how to embody that physically in the 3D realm with Virgo and Earth energy. So I also felt called to pull an animal from the Untamed Spirit Animal Oracle, and we've got Bull, male power and fertility. I paw at the ground in the labyrinth where I absorb the profound and resistant energy of the earth. I am prepared to drag my dreams anywhere and spread them wherever they might be achieved. I raise my horns to the moon, demonstrating my power. In the ancient Mediterranean, gods were often represented by a bull. Herds of bulls were depicted in cave drawings of Altamira. We can also find them in the bull cults of Anatolia, the myth of the bountiful Apis from Egypt, and the Minoan myth of the terrifying Minotaur. The animal was a lunar symbol of death and rebirth for the half moon shaped of its horns, as well as a symbol of the vital and dark and destructive force of the earth. The bull is connected to sovereignty. It helps manage one's power, but like all powerful creatures, it is often convinced it can do whatever it wants, even though it is sometimes helpful to doubt oneself or to slow impulsive reactions. It embodies male energy, fertility, physical action, stubbornness, and firmness. It comes to the rescue in times of personal weakness, urging one to proceed. The bull smacks the earth with its hoof, shaking and awakening it. So again, this is a very earthy symbol of being connected and grounded while reaching your horns up to the moon or the cosmos or up to spirit. I think there is this need, especially after the Lionsgate portal, of all of this spiritual energy coming in. There is a need to ground and embody it into, again, this 3D life, this human body. Our gemstone this week is Moonstone, which draws down the magic of the moon. It is especially potent during the full moon, with an emphasis on completion, fruition, and gratitude. Moonstone is a gem of higher purpose. It reminds you to be grateful for your current blessings and helps bring your vibrations and dreams to life. The affirmation is, I celebrate my manifestations and I receive my blessings. So I think that the moonstone is coming up. There feels like this very significant need to focus on the moon lately. I mean, I know we're like this is what we talk about on this channel, but there's something significant that's coming through of like connecting to that, to the moon, to that wisdom, to your emotions, but the need to embody it. We can't stay up there in la la land as much as we want to. We can't stay drowning in our emotions as much as it might feel like we can't pull out of them. We need to find land when we're overwhelmed by our emotions, and we need to put our feet on the ground when we are floating around in spirit realm. And our chakra card is the Earth Star chakra, which is a foot below your feet, lower than the root chakra. It's deep down into the earth. And so I think again, this is really important to like get grounded into this planet and this life around this new moon. So ancestral wisdom. The ancestors see you. We are the very ground, the soil, the foundation upon which you stand and build and become. You have, closer than your own breath, access to all that ever was, all that is, and all that forever shall be. Anchor into this truth, and when you forget, come sit and hear our reassuring whispers among the trees, beckoning you to be still, to remember, and to know. The crystal they recommend is petrified wood, and the herb is ceremonial tobacco, which I think is a really beautiful integration of all of these other messages of connecting to the ancient wisdom of the earth with petrified wood, but still communicating with spirit with ceremonial tobacco, because ceremonial tobacco is a communication plant. It helps you communicate with spirit. It's often used to leave for offerings for spirits. So it's like, yes, we can access this world, but we still have to be grounded in this one as well. All right, so we've got some really beautiful messages for this week. So yes, we can still play and frolic around in the spirit world, but we do have to be grounded in this human life as well. So a Virgo new moon can help us do those day-to-day routines that keep us connected to spirit, but still also keep us grounded here on earth in this human life. So I hope that you're able to find some sort of daily routine or ritual that helps you find that connection. I hope that you have a wonderful week, that you're able to slow down at some point and to clear out your space and clear out the clutter so that you're able to be focused and productive, and that you can just relax with a cleaner space. So thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon. So as you can see, our new moon is happening on... Why is there a delay? Okay, weird.